Welcome to Phillies Fan Central, where passion meets the diamond and every fan's voice counts.
Welcome back to Phillies Fan Central, your #1 source for everything regarding the fight in Phils. If you bleed red and pinstripes and live for that Citizens Bank Park energy, do me a huge favor right now. Smash that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a breaking update. We are building the strongest community in baseball right here, and I want to hear your voice in the comments. Let's get right into the news. We have a situation developing in South Philly that is going to ruffle a lot of feathers within the fan base. We all know the narrative surrounding this team for the last 4 years. Despite the deep playoff runs and the Red October magic, there has been one glaring hole in our armor: the outfield production. We have seen a revolving door of talent, from Nick Castellanos having his hot and cold streaks to Brandon Marsh battling platoon matchups and the brief stint of Harrison Bader. The consistency just hasn't been there. We went into this offseason expecting fireworks. We expected Dave Dombrowski, the aggressive architect we know and love, to make that signature blockbuster move to solidify the lineup once and for all. However, based on the latest reports coming out of the winter meetings, it appears the front office has a very different strategy in mind, and frankly, it is a strategy that is going to leave a lot of you scratching your heads. According to a new report from USA Today insider Bob Nightingale, Dave Dombrowski has made comments indicating that the Philadelphia Phillies outfield is, in his words, pretty much set for the upcoming season. This comes directly on the heels of the front office signing Adolis Garcia to a 1-year deal worth $10 million. If you connect the dots on Dombrowski's statement, the picture for the 2026 opening day lineup becomes crystal clear, and it might not be the picture many of you are painting. The plan, as it stands right now, is to field an outfield consisting of Brandon Marsh in left field, the highly touted rookie Justin Crawford patrolling center field, and the newly acquired Adolis Garcia in right field. This implies that the organization is fully prepared to move on from Nick Castellanos, likely via trade or release, to clear the deck for this new trio. This is a massive gamble. We are talking about a team that is in the middle of a World Series or bust window. The nucleus of Bryce Harper, Trea Turner, and Zach Wheeler is not getting any younger. The expectation was that we would go out and get a proven, consistent superstar to anchor the outfield. Instead, Dombrowski seems content to hand the keys to a combination of unproven potential and reclamation projects. We know the outfield has been a disaster area regarding consistent defensive metrics and offensive output over the last half-decade. And to hear the president of baseball operations essentially say, "We are good, we are done," effectively shutting the door on any further major acquisitions, is a tough pill to swallow. The report from Nightingale suggests that the front office is banking entirely on internal development and a bounce-back season from Garcia. They are looking at the luxury tax numbers, looking at the roster flexibility, and deciding that this group is enough to compete with the Dodgers and the Braves. But as we dive deeper into the analytics and the reality of a 162-game season, you have to wonder if this is hubris or if they see something in the metrics that we are missing. The idea that we are going to enter a critical season with 2 major question marks in the outfield is the kind of risky business that defines the Dombrowski era. But usually that risk comes with star power. At this time, it feels different. This feels like a budget-conscious decision in a market that demands a championship at all costs. Let's really break down what this alignment means for the Phils strategically and why this news is causing such a stir. If the outfield is indeed set, we are placing a an immense amount of pressure on Justin Crawford. We all love the kid's pedigree. He has the speed, the defense, and the contact skills that remind us of his father. But asking a rookie to man center field at Citizens Bank Park for a team with championship aspirations in 2026 is a monumental task. We are bypassing the veteran safety net to go all in on youth. Then look at right field. Adolis Garcia is a dynamic player, no doubt. When he is on, he is an MVP caliber run producer with a cannon for an arm. But we also know the other side of that coin. We are talking about a player with a high strikeout rate and prone to lengthy slumps, paying $10 million for that kind of volatility while declaring the roster set signals that the Phillies are betting on his ceiling rather than paying for a higher floor. Furthermore, this decision seemingly closes the book on the Nick Castellanos era in Philadelphia. While Nick had his detractors, he was a known quantity, replacing his production with a platoon of Marsh, a rookie in Crawford, and Garcia is a move that relies heavily on what-ifs. What if Crawford isn't ready for big league pitching? What if Garcia's decline phase accelerates? What if Marsh can't hit left-handed pitching? By declaring the outfield set, Dombrowski is removing his own safety valves. There is no plan B mentioned in these reports. The rumors linking JT Realmuto to the Texas Rangers in free agency were already making fans nervous about the offense, and now this conservative approach to the outfield adds fuel to the fire. We have to look at this through the lens of the competition. The National League East is an arms race. The Braves are always retooling. The Mets are spending aggressively. For the Phillies to stand pat with a good enough outfield feels like a miscalculation of the current baseball landscape. We needed a sure thing. We needed a bat that strikes fear into the hearts of opposing pitchers. Instead, we are getting a lineup construction that requires everything to go right for it to work. It's a high variance strategy. If Crawford wins Rookie of the Year and Garcia hits 30 home runs, Dombrowski looks like a genius, but if they struggle, we are going to look back at these comments from the winter meetings as the moment the front office failed to capitalize on a championship window. It is also worth noting the psychological impact on the clubhouse. The core veterans want to win now. They want to see the front office pushing the chips to the center of the table. Does signing a stopgap option and promoting a prospect signal all in, or does it signal a transition year? That is the question plaguing Philadelphia sports radio right now. We demand excellence. We demand that red October energy all year round, and frankly, settling for an outfield of question marks doesn't feel like we are ringing the bell with authority. It feels like we are hoping for the best rather than ensuring it. To wrap this up, let's be objective here. Dave Dombrowski has earned a lot of trust in this city. He brought us Wheeler, he brought us Turner, he extended Harper. He knows how to build a winner. However, looking at the data and the history of this outfield struggles, declaring the unit set with Justin Crawford and Adolis Garcia as your primary answers is an undeniable gamble. It puts a massive burden on the pitching staff to be perfect and on the infield stars to carry the offensive load. It's a move that saves money and resources, but it might cost us wins. I want to know what you think. Is Dave Dombrowski making a smart bet on youth and upside, or is this a massive mistake that will haunt us in 2026? Are you comfortable with Crawford starting in center field on opening day? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. Do not hold back. I want to see the passion. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please make sure you subscribe to Phillies Fan Central, smash that like button, and hit the notification bell. We are going to be tracking this story and every roster move all winter long. This channel is by the fans, for the fans. Until next time, keep the faith, ring the bell, and go Phils.